Prime Minister Lawrence Wong says the country and the region are committed to remain open and inclusive amid major power rivalries. Well, this as Singapore takes over as ASEAN chair next year. Mr. Wong was speaking to the media at the end of his visits to China's Hainan province and Hong Kong. Deborah Wong reports.
Hot on the heels of his trip to Tokyo, Singapore Prime Minister Lawrence Wong attended the Boao Forum in China's Hainan province and made his first official visit to Hong Kong. Mr. Wong says the timing was not pre-planned, but it worked well as Singapore views Japan and China as important partners. The rift between both countries have widened since Japanese Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi's remarks over Taiwan sparked strong rebuke from the Chinese government. Japan now plans to downgrade its description of ties with China.
I recognize fully that China and Japan are going through a difficult phase in their relations. But from Singapore's point of view, we are friends with both China and Japan, and for that matter with America and other major partners. China and America also has its own issues. But it should still, while these major powers may have difficulties in their relations, we want to be friends with all of them, China, Japan, America, and others. And it should be possible for us to do so. That is our approach.
Mr. Wong says that position has not wavered and remains aligned with the region. Singapore takes on the ASEAN chairmanship next year. Against rising geopolitical tensions, he says member countries agree on the need to find common ground.
No ASEAN country wants to choose sides. So ASEAN's position is to have omnidirectional, active engagement with all the major powers and to build a region that's open and inclusive. We want to engage all of the major powers, even if they have challenges amongst themselves.
During his trip to Hong Kong, Mr. Wong visited the northern metropolis, the city's emerging economic zone, just along the border with Shenzhen. It's seen as a key node in China's Greater Bay Area, an integrated hub linking Hong Kong, Macau, and 9 Guangdong cities, with a combined GDP of over $2 trillion. Mr. Wong says Singapore is exploring opportunities in the zone and remains a long-term investor in China. But with Hong Kong's access to the vast Chinese market, as well as the rapid pace of developments there, Mr. Wong says that Singapore cannot afford to stand still and is urging deeper integration with the wider ASEAN market.
Beyond ASEAN, or within ASEAN itself, we can also move faster on sub-regional groupings like we have with Johor, the Special Economic Zone, and we are looking at how we can bring the Riau Islands into this, going back to the earlier original idea of a growth triangle of Singapore, Johor, and the Riau Islands. We have connectivity arrangements with Vietnam. So these sub-regional arrangements allow us to move faster, even if the whole of ASEAN is not able to move at the same pace.
Beyond tapping this larger hinterland, the Prime Minister says Singapore must keep upgrading to stay valuable to its partners and the world. Deborah Wong, CNA, Hong Kong.
Singapore is looking at how to strengthen its energy and supply chain resilience, given Asia's exposure to the disruptions in the Middle East. Prime Minister Lawrence Wong says more details will be shared at the next Parliament sitting in April. Mr. Wong says regional leaders he's spoken to are also concerned that a prolonged blockage of the Strait of Hormuz could have severe knock-on impacts on energy infrastructure. The Prime Minister had been engaging leaders from Australia, Malaysia, New Zealand and Hong Kong, among others, in recent days on how to respond to the Middle East crisis.
So these are all concerns that everyone shares. What can we do about this? For one, we hope that the current ongoing talks will lead to a de-escalation and a resolution of the crisis. But at the same time, we have to prepare for all eventualities.
He adds that many Asian countries are reliant on imported energy and do not really have good solutions.
But within Singapore itself, to the extent possible, we will look at how we might be able to diversify our supply sources and secure, as I mentioned just now, our energy supply chain resilience. Australia, for example, as I mentioned, is a very good example because they are a reliable source of liquefied natural gas for Singapore. So there will be other partners that we are working on.